Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me the path difference delta between these two rays reaching point P on the screen. We calculated this in our earlier class. What was the delta?
D sin
Path
theta.
difference between rays. Yes, it is d sine theta. What is d?
Distance between two slits.
Mm,
Distance between S and
Yes,
P.
distance between the slits. Yes. What is theta? Angle of inclination of these rays with the horizontal. This is angle theta. So we know the path difference. We want to find if point P is position of an
मैम स्क्रीन
right
फ्रीज है,
fringe.
कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है.
Okay, so you do one thing. I'll write down the expression for fringe width. We will calculate this expression in our next class. And I'll give you a numerical. You write down the statement. Is it okay?
Okay.
So I'll write the expression in today's class. We will derive it in our next class. So write down expression for fringe width beta is n lambda capital D over small d. You know small d. What is capital D? Distance of screen from the slits. This distance is capital D. So this is the expression for fringe width beta. Write this down. I
Ma'am.
will related to
Ma'am,
this
screen
fringe
freeze
width.
है.
Yes.
Screen freeze, ma'am.
Screen freeze है.
Okay. Okay. I'll start. Stop the sharing. Here with the inconvenience today. Is it visible now?
No, ma'am.
Oh. Ma'am,
Still
change the
not.
No.
Wi-Fi network. Ma'am, please try to change your Wi-Fi network.
If it was possible, I could have, right? There is some problem today.
नहीं दिख रहा है, ब्लैंक हो गया अब तो.
Is screen not visible yet?
No,
मैम
ma'am.
पूरा ब्लैंक हो गया.
Black screen.
Okay, am I audible to you, right? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
write down, I'll speak. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so you write fringe width beta is equal to, I've stopped sharing. So write down fringe width beta is equal to
Ma'am,
n
beta.
small n beta, yes, alpha beta beta is equal to lambda into capital D
Small D.
for dog. Yes, lambda into capital D divided by small d. Divided by small d. Now write lambda is the wavelength of light. Capital D is the distance of capital D is the distance of screen from the slits. And small d is the distance between slits. Noted?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now write down the numerical. In Young's experiment, In Young's experiment, the distance between the two slits in Young's experiment, the distance between two slits is 0.8 millimeter, 0.8 millimeter, and the distance of the screen, the distance of the screen from the slits is 1.2 meter. If the fringe width if the fringe width is 0.75 millimeter, comma, calculate the wavelength of light.
मैं एक बार वैल्यूज फिर से
Okay, or I'll repeat the whole statement. Okay, in Young's experiment, the distance between the two slits is 0.8 millimeter, and the distance of the screen from the slits is 1.2 meter. If the fringe width is 0.75 millimeter, calculate the wavelength of light.
मैम 2
5
आ रहा है.
meter.
Yeah. Sorry?
Ma'am, 5 into 10 का power -4 meter.
5 into 10 to the power -4 meter. ताकि सॉल्व करें. 10 की पावर्स में प्रॉब्लम है. चेक योर कैलकुलेशंस.
मैम 5 into 10 की पावर -7 मीटर.
करेक्ट. आप भी करो सॉल्व.
Five into 10 to the power -7 meter.
Correct.
Okay, minus
And if we express this value in angstrom, what will be the value?
5,000 angstrom.
5,000
angstrom. Yes. बाकी की जो नहीं करा जिन्होंने अब तक करो.
0.5 micrometer.
Try to express wavelengths in angstrom. The answer might be correct with the powers of 10. But just try fast, especially in these interference diffraction experiments. Try to answer it in angstrom. Okay, so I'll ask you one question. All of you have solved the numerical?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Who is still left? Okay, so tell me, in interference experiment, in Newton-Stark experiment, we set that the wavelength of two slits, rays coming out from the two slits should be same, right? That means wavelength should be monochromatic, light should be monochromatic. But if the light is white light, in place of monochromatic light, there is white light. Anyone? Or got my question?
No, ma'am.
I asked in Young's double slit experiment. You considered the light is monochromatic. The wavelength is same. What if the light is not monochromatic and it is white light? What? Should I repeat it?
मैम रेनबो जैसा बन जाएगा, सबका फ्रिंज विड्थ
Question?
अलग अलग.
What did you say?
मैम
Okay, what will
रेनबो,
happen?
मैम सेंट्रल ब्राइट फ्रिंज जहाँ पे होता है वहाँ पे व्हाइट होगा और बाकी ऊपर नीचे रेनबो जैसा हो जाएगा.
ऊपर नीचे क्या होगा?
ऊपर नीचे वेवलेंथ के अकॉर्डिंग बनेगा रेनबो की तरह.
Okay. Yes. But the condition of coherent sources is that light should be monochromatic, it should be of same wavelength. Then how do you justify?
मैम वेवलेंथ डिफरेंट हो जाएगा.
So I am asking, the condition of coherent sources is that light should be of same wavelength. The light is white light, it will have different wavelength.
कंडीशन तो था फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम होगा.
It's same. If wavelength is different, the frequency is different. The medium is same, na? The whole experiment you are conducting in the same medium, in single medium.
Yes.
And the
Yes, ma'am.
frequency of components of white light are different. Then how do you justify that the coherent sources condition is still satisfied? And you're saying that there will be interference patterns. But for interference, the sources should be coherent. How do you justify that? Take time. Okay, I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes. Everyone else also think about it.
मैम रिपीट क्वेश्चन, प्लीज रिपीट
Okay.
क्वेश्चन.
So I'll give. Okay.
White light
I'm
is made of
repeating. Yes,
मैम
white light.
white light
is-
many lights. मैम white light कई सारी लाइट से फॉर्म होके बनती है. 7 कलर ऑफ लाइट से फॉर्म होते हैं. तो सारी जो 7 कलर लाइट्स हैं वो जो जैसे रेड कलर लिया तो रेड तो एक को रेड कलर की फ्रीक्वेंसी सेम होगी ना मैम. तो रेड कलर की अलग फ्रीक्वेंसी पे अलग बनेगा, ब्लू कलर की अलग फ्रीक्वेंसी पे अलग जगह पे पॉइंट बनेंगे. वैसे में अलग अलग 7
बिल्कुल
कलर से अलग
बिल्कुल
बनेंगे.
correct. The different frequencies will superimpose on each other and give the separate interference patterns. So you will get 7 interference patterns superimposed over each other. At the place of central fringe, because the theta for all of the wavelength is 0, they will superimpose on each other. So 7 colors superimposing two white is should be of different colors. Why? Because angle for different wavelengths will be. So basically 7 interference patterns will be superimposed over each other in case of white light. So that is how condition for coherence is still maintained, because interference is coming from the light which is of similar frequency, same frequency. Clear?
वॉइस क्लियर नहीं आ रही.
Voice कट रहा था. Voice कट रहा था. Okay.
मैम
Yes.
मैम केवल सेंट्रल में वाइट लाइट होगा ना, और सब तो अदर कलर्स होंगे?
Yes. Yes.
ओके.
So I'll try to share my screen again. I'll try to show you a video. If you will be able to see it's fine. Otherwise, for today, I'll wind up here. We'll stay in the class for a few minutes and then I'll take your attendance. Okay, first I'll try to share my screen. Is it visible to you?
नो मैम.
No, ma'am.
नो मैम.
No, ma'am.
Not ma'am. It's
No,
like-
ma'am.
Script. Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll get it. Today it won't be possible for me to write this connected one. Okay, so if anyone has questions related to physics, your most question will be answered when you get into the college. I hope you have got problem in the MOOCs course. Try to see it in YouTube, and if you still encounter that problem, we'll get it solved by the time you come to college. So if you have any question regarding physics, please feel free to ask me. Was I audible to you?
Yes मैम, ऑडिबल.
Okay, so if you can revise the previous topics, and if you want to ask any question, you can ask. Or I told you, there are 5 units in total. So the pattern I also told you that how the marks are distributed in the various sessionals and semester exam. You all are clear regarding that pattern, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you can stay in the class for a few minutes. I'll take the attendance after 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, you can, if you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, you can mute yourselves. And sorry for today's inconvenience. I tried changing my networks, but they still.
मैम इस सर्टिफिकेट पे भी कोई मार्क्स है?
Sorry?
इस सर्टिफिकेट.
Siddharth, you said something?
यस मैम.
Yeah, what is that?
हम लोग को कंप्लीट करने के लिए मिला है, इस पे भी कोई मार्क्स है?
Yeah, there are. You have
Ma'am,
to
your voice
complete
is not
those
clear.
courses. I'm saying, is it clear now? I'm saying, yes, it is a part of your curriculum. You have to complete those courses. When you are come for practical exam now, so we see your certificates before that. So it's compulsory for all. So complete that. Yes.
फर्स्ट वन कंप्लीट.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
मैम
Yes.
मैम अगर फ्रिंज विड्थ लार्ज आएगा तो कैपिटल डी और स्मॉल डी पर कुछ फर्क पड़ेगा क्या?
See, in an experimental arrangement, you have your screen placed at some point and you have slits placed at some point. It's the other way around. If you change capital D or small d, you can set capital D or small d. If you change fringe width, it will not happen that your screen starts moving away from your slits, right? So it is the capital D or small d which you can change yourself, and accordingly your fringe width will be changed. Clear?
ओके मैम. ओके मैम.
I'm gonna take your attendance and end this meeting. And we'll see you in tomorrow's class. We'll continue with the fringe width expression calculation.